Good afternoon and welcome to the October 22nd regularly scheduled meeting of the Orlando City Council. We're going to begin today's proceedings with the invocation offered today by Joseph Richardson of the Central Florida Freethought community. Joseph is a native Floridian born in Jacksonville, grew up here in Orlando. He earned his bachelor's and master's degrees in computer science at the State University of Albany in New York and has worked in that field for roughly 30 years. He moved back to Florida in 1999 with his wife and 3 boys. For the last decade, he has developed and maintained middleware for a retail transaction processing system used by about 250 universities and 3,300 merchants in the U.S. and Canada. He likes to ride his bike, but was mostly sidelined last year, but he's proud of his wife, who recently completed a half Ironman in Augusta, Georgia. For the last 5 years, he's been working with the Central Florida Freethought community and now sits on the board. Their mission is to uphold the First Amendment, create a community for non-theists, and educate the public on issues related to the First Amendment and non-theism. After the invocation will be led in the Pledge of Allegiance by Commissioner Ings. You may stand or remain seated.
Mayor and Commissioners, thank you very much for allowing me to give the invocation today on behalf of the Central Florida Freethought community. One of the things I've noticed and admired about the City of Orlando is its open arms. It's wonderful to see the many ways that Orlando is inclusive with respect to its residents and the way it works for the benefit of all its citizens and not just for some. At a time where divisiveness seems to be rampant, Orlando is showing the way with events, proclamations, and activities that reach out to everyone, setting a superb example for all of Central Florida and beyond. It's neither a pithy quote nor deeply philosophical, but Franklin Roosevelt was unapologetically blunt when he said, "We are trying to construct a more inclusive society. We are going to make a country in which no one is left out." It's very heartening to see Orlando doing its part to further this very American ideal of inclusion. Despite all the administrative necessities that come with your job, I encourage you, as you work this afternoon, to put aside personal preferences, to evaluate hard data, to consider deeply the effects of your decisions, to judge issues rationally, to debate respectfully, to decide fairly, and to continue to include everyone. Thank you for your service.